This is not a normal fish tank, because after 1 full year, this tank has evolved into a fully functioning ecosystem with predators and prey.
Wow.
A little bit of romance.
No way.
And even some creatures I wish I'd never had to see. And I did it all for them. The creatures inside this container might look a little bit dumb. They might even look stupid, but they don't deserve to live like this. These are African dwarf frogs. They don't see very well, they can't hear too good, so I've decided to call them Helen and Keller. Say hi! I found them for sale at a hardware store of all places inside these tiny containers. The package claims this is a biosphere, an all-in-one low-maintenance ecosystem. Wrong! This is hot garbage, and it's way too small. So let's make them a real ecosystem, one that's perfect for them and entertaining for us to watch evolve over the next year. This starts on day 1, where we first need a fish tank. This is Tim's current tank. Maybe I can take it apart and make it my own. I think it'll be more fun to start this project from a blank canvas.
Can I take the whole thing apart for a video?
He happily agreed, so now it's time to tear the tank apart, drain out the water, and rehome the fish. The fish are going to go work at a carnival, or they're going to go to Tim's other tank, whatever answer you prefer. The tank build is easy. Some wood and some rocks because it looks pretty, and some aqua soil for substrate, and of course some plants. We filled the tank and almost instantly life is starting to emerge. Snails, and lots of them. It's their job to keep the tank clean, and they'll suck just about anything their little mouth desires. And almost nothing is off limits. It seems some have even learned to ride the surface of the water upside down. Is this a magical prophecy unfolding? No, it's just a bit of surface tension. They'll live in paradise here, safe from any predators. At least for now. It's day 6, and what's all that gunk? Did an oil company make an oopsie in my tank? Nope, not quite. It's biofilm, a pretty normal side effect to setting up a new tank, but the snails can't handle this all alone. They need some help getting things cleaned up. These are cherry shrimp, and they eat just about anything, including that yummy biofilm. Although this one seems to be a bit more interested in cleaning himself. Get back to work, or you're gonna get evicted.
But I have a family, I have a little family.
I don't care. We're also adding in some tiny freshwater clams. They're totally harmless and will spend most of their time filter feeding. They get a meal out of the deal, and in exchange, the water's filtered. Thanks, clams. It's day 48, and we have a very beautiful problem forming. This is duckweed, and it's multiplying very, very fast. It looks gorgeous, but this blanket of green will cause some issues in our little ecosystem. I'm thinking about our frogs. Unlike fish, the frogs don't have gills, so they come up to the surface to breathe. Like that. So we need to keep the surface pretty clear. It'll be an interesting balance between beauty and not drowning my children on video. But before we can even think about adding larger creatures to the setup, we need to address a problem. It's day 87 and something ate the clams. It wasn't the snails and it wasn't the shrimp, but what was it? Well, Tim swears he sees a leech inside the tank, but I don't believe him, so we put out a piece of rotisserie chicken to try to lure it out, but no luck. We have to get it out. A leech could easily kill our sweet little frogs. So we ordered a leech trap, but it arrived broken in the mail.
Oh, now it's really broken.
Dude, he's right there. I'm just gonna grab him.
Then our little predator made a fatal mistake. Pretend that blue is bright red. I changed the color so I can make money on this video. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Oh, it's on the flow. That's right, this is a leech. I'll be the first to admit it's kind of cute, but if we're gonna be adding our frogs and some fish,
I have never seen these before.
it has to go. Bye-bye leech. It was around this time that I moved because my old landlord was also a leech. And of course, I brought the tank with me. The tank will eventually live on this windowsill, but temporarily it's going to be on my new shelf. And it's here that the tank would explode with life in ways that I never expected.
No way.
But that's later. For now,
Hey, wake up. Your identity just got stolen.
this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. A VPN, or virtual private network, allows you to explore the widest corners of the internet with less fear.
Basically just a little piece of software you put in your browser. Yeah, right there.
Toes here has an appetite for that hard-to-find content not available in the United States.
Again, huh?
I spend about 14 hours a day staring at my tanks, and then I set aside about an hour to watch some juicy, delicious content. With Surfshark, you can unlock content only available in other countries. With just a few clicks, you can virtually change which country you're browsing from and instantly expand your content viewing possibilities. I promise to try any product I promote, and I'm glad I did because I'm the type of person that clicks any link or site without fear. And I often get myself into some sticky situations. With Surfshark, I'm able to encrypt my data to help avoid security breaches containing my personal information. Using their antivirus software, I can run checks on my computer after long sessions searching for the perfect sounds for these videos, like the one you're watching right now. I like the product. It works. Secure your privacy with Surfshark. Enter the coupon code LEAFY for an extra 3 months free using my own little link in the description. It helps you guys out and it helps the channel out too. Keep in mind that Toes can see what you do online. She sees everything. Thanks guys. Back to the show. The tank survived the move and everything is running really smoothly. All the creatures are doing their jobs very well. You can see the cherry shrimp are even pregnant or buried with eggs. She's holding them in her little swimmerettes. Aw, fingers crossed for some babies. You can tell the tank is starting to mature, but if we want to take it to the next level, we need more microfauna. They are the building blocks to a healthy ecosystem, so let's get cooking. These are fairy shrimp eggs. Just gonna carefully lower. They come dry, but when you add water, they come to life. We're culturing them in a separate container to give them the best chance at surviving, and just a few days later, we have life. Then we noticed other organisms starting to take hold. These are Daphnia. We decided to add them all to the tank, but within just a few weeks, their population is getting out of control, threatening the delicate balance of our little ecosystem.
It is time to introduce a predator.
Did Dr. Plants just read that?
Yeah.
This is a scarlet batis, and he is perfect for the job. He is a predator, a micro-predator, but still a predator. But a perfect home and unlimited food is not enough. He needs a girlfriend. This little cutie patootie is a female scarlet batis, and best case scenario, we're gonna get some babies. Worst case scenario is that the stress of being harassed is so bad that we actually have to add a second female to spread out the love. Here's a guy no one feels bad for. You can see just how fired up he is, so we're gonna put the female in first to give her the advantage. And no surprise there, she goes right into hiding, but what the male did shocked me. I thought for sure he would go right for her, but instead something else caught his attention. And these little Daphnia don't stand a chance. The female chose not to join him in the feast, but there was one thing we could add that would definitely get her eating.
Get down. Get down. Oh, it's getting warm.
These are blackworms. I honestly think they're kind of cute. Okay, let's chop them up. We're feeding some to the frogs in a feeding container to fatten them up before they get added to the ecosystem.
Strike 3. Come on.
Oh, you're out!
We're also adding in an entire container of blackworms into the main tank. I know this seems crazy, but they'll live inside the substrate feeding on decaying material. They hang halfway out sniffing for a meal, but some of the blackworms are slow to get settled in, and that is a fatal mistake. The batis sense the commotion right away, and even the nervous female comes out of hiding to join the feast. She inches in and takes a massive bite of the blackworm. It's spaghetti, but it's the entire width of your mouth. At first she struggles, there's just no way she can take down this entire worm. But finally, she bites off a nice chunk. I think she's finally starting to settle into the tank, and that makes me smile. On day 183, we added a Thai micro crab. This crab will eat pretty much anything, but he's a scavenger, not much of a hunter. A new hunter will emerge later, because it's day 205, and I want to use some food to see just how many creatures we have inside the tank. I want to start a feeding frenzy, and Tim is cooking it for us. Oh, good. Yeah, nah, he's all good.
Oh, come on. Just do it.
This is broccoli, and this is a food source the creatures inside the tank won't be able to resist. At first, business was slow, even into the first evening and the first night. But by the second day, life is booming, and lots of little hungry mouths join in for a piece, even the Thai microcrab. The blackworms start living inside the broccoli, which I think is pretty neat. The housing crisis got solved, it's good. And as the broccoli breaks down, the smell attracts shrimp too, but no creature feasting has any idea a new and very hungry predator is close by. This is an assassin snail, and they eat snails. The crab doesn't care, he's not on the menu. I don't think he knows what's going on at all, ever. The assassin snail knows there's a meal nearby, so he wakes up from his power nap. It's either because he can smell the meal or because I'm tapping the glass so I can film him. He has eyes, but his sense of smell is much more useful. He uses that siphon to sniff out his next victim. The snail's enjoying a lovely meal, but it's about to be his last. When he's close enough, he makes his move. Once the assassin snail is stuck to its prey, there is no escaping. Look at this little idiot. Get off! He inserts a proboscis into the snail's shell to deliver a fatal blow. It's basically a meat sword. The fight is over, and the assassin snail has won. A few moments later, he eats his meal, cleaning every last piece of meat out of the shell. He vanishes into the plants to plan his next hunt. The tank is beautiful, but it needs to be destroyed. There are just too many places the frogs could get stuck and drown, and it just looks too good. Fish tanks that are overly perfect don't look natural to me. This isn't a pond, so I'm making some modifications, and I need some materials. Leaves are easy. Maple and oak work great. Then some sticks. Got them. And then finally some rocks. Jackpot, baby. And then a bottle of pee. Nope, we are actually all set. We have that at home. I boiled everything to sanitize it first, and now it's ready for the tank. I'm using rocks to cover most of the aqua soil so the frogs don't swallow it because they are dumb little idiot vacuums. We're also adding a nice clean flat rock for a dinner plate. This will be a nice area we can put food. After a night of tinkering, I am happy with how things came out. But before the frogs go in, we have one more problem. The blackworms are taking over the tank. But why? Shouldn't the baddest be eating them? Well, they should be, but they're a bit distracted. Oh, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. No way. Dude! The baddest have been busy, very, very busy, making some sweet fish love. Because of that, they haven't been putting in much effort into eating the blackworms. The frogs will eat themselves to obesity, so we need to thin out the population.
Dude, I have never seen these before.
I'd like you to meet this very interesting little creature. This is an anchor catfish. It's tiny but nearly fully grown, and it'll happily feast on all those little blackworms. And look who it is, the Thai microcrab, pacing around being useless, harassing everybody. The tank is in balance and finally ready for our frogs. We gave them one last surprise. These frogs are surprisingly communal, so we got them a friend. I'd like you to meet LeBron, named after famous athlete, you guessed it, LeBron Shields. Let's add them in. You may be wondering how I've kept them for a year in a tiny tank without having them grow. I didn't. I saw them for sale a year ago, and I bought them a couple months ago. That is showbiz, baby.
Alright. Here we go. Stretch those little legs. Have fun. Oh my god. Yeah.
I really do think they'll love it in here. I noticed the baddest were starting to get aggressive. I think the male's paternal instincts were kicking in. So I took them out of the main tank and put them into a separate breeding tank, and I reunited them as a throuple. Getting views on YouTube isn't worth bad animal care. Who knew? This tank may have been too small for frogs, but you know what it would be perfect for? Leeches! And we found 3 more and we kept them all. Oh! Yucky! In an environment this good, they're already starting to put on some size. I bet they'll start breeding soon, which really makes you think. We have some extra room on this shelf. I bet we can give them an even bigger tank for their adult life, but that's for another time. Thank you again to our sponsor, Surfshark VPN, and a huge thank you to our supporters on Patreon. I posted a bonus video that I had to cut from this video because it was a little bit too graphic. I fed a Pinky Mouse to the fish tank. Check it out. If you liked this video, watch another. And if you really liked it, send it to your mom. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you soon. Peace!